Countdown to a historic diplomatic earthquake. Putin and Trump are both simultaneously rushing to visit China. Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov confirmed Putin's upcoming visit, while the White House finalized Trump's May 14th trip. With both leaders converging on Beijing this May, why are these fierce rival superpowers suddenly looking east? First, look at Putin's desperate situation. He is currently besieged on 4 incredibly taxing geopolitical fronts. In Europe, Hungary's stunning election shocked the Kremlin. Pro-Russian Prime Minister Orban was ousted from power. Opposition leader Peter Magyar's Tisza party seized parliament, vowing to become a firm NATO and EU ally. Russia just lost its absolute most important advocate inside the European Union, and it gets much worse. Zelensky flew to Damascus to meet Syrian leader Jelani, pledging Ukrainian grain to replace Russian supplies. Meanwhile, the escalating Middle Eastern war is forcing Russia to desperately divert weapons to support Iran. To the east, NATO leaders are visiting Tokyo, expanding military reach directly toward Russia's vulnerable Pacific flank. Ukraine, Syria, Iran, and the Far East, for active fronts are simultaneously burning through Russia's depleted resources. Despite surging global oil prices, Russia's energy tax revenue in March was literally cut in half. Urals crude dropped below $45 a barrel, far below Moscow's $59 budget assumption for 2026. Relentless Ukrainian drone strikes on Russian refineries mean Moscow has massive oil orders, but simply cannot deliver. Russia's 2026 defense budget hit a staggering $157 billion. How will Putin fill this massive hole? His only hope is expanding energy exports to China and accelerating the power of Siberia to pipeline. Lavrov explicitly stated Russia will fill China's energy gap, caused by the devastating Strait of Hormuz blockade. Moscow also desperately needs Beijing's economic power to keep Iran afloat during this brutal US siege. Now, why is Trump rushing to Beijing in mid-May? Because the US-Iran negotiations completely collapsed. Stuck on the uranium enrichment deadlock, Trump desperately needs China to mediate a graceful American exit. Economically, Trump wants to sell American and Venezuelan oil to China, but Beijing refuses US middlemen. Then there's Boeing, starved of Chinese orders for years. The aerospace giant is suffering massive financial losses. Trump demands mega orders, but the absolute core of this high-stakes geopolitical poker game is rare earths. Trump wants China to restore critical rare earth supplies. China demands the complete lifting of chip sanctions. These simultaneous visits prove one undeniable truth: China is a superpower that neither side can ignore. Putin needs Chinese economic and geopolitical support to survive the crushing pressure of 4 active war fronts. Trump needs China's cooperation on trade, supply chains, and peace talks to stabilize his domestic political base. As Trump himself once admitted, you may dislike China, but you absolutely cannot ignore China. When two rival superpowers simultaneously look to the east for salvation, the global power shift is complete. This highly anticipated diplomatic summit reveals the truest and most brutal coordinates of power in the modern world.